Ooh, take a look at these acronyms. Look at all these acronyms. What do they mean? ESL, ELL, EFL. Do you know what these acronyms mean? Well, in this lesson, I'm going to teach you. Hey, if you like getting tips like this, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel right down there. Okay, so the first one is ESL. ESL. This is probably the most common acronym, okay? That is English as a Second Language. English as a second language. Now, some people think that this acronym is not very politically correct. It's not politically correct. That means it might offend someone. It might offend someone. Now, why might it offend someone? Well, look at this word here, second. English as a second language. This term implies that someone is learning English as their second language, right? I mean, that might not be the case for everyone, right? Some people speak 4 or 5 different languages and now they're learning English. So English is not their second language, right? For example, someone from Afghanistan might speak Pashto, Urdu, Farsi, maybe Baluchi. Okay, so they speak 4 languages and now they're learning English. Wow, that's incredible. 5 languages. That's insane. I only speak 1 language, English, right? Okay, so this word here, second, it could maybe be offensive to some people who are learning English. But you know what? I don't think anyone is offended by this, right? Like if I use this in one of my lessons, if I call you an ESL student, would you be offended? I doubt it. In my experience, nobody is offended, right? You're probably not sitting at home thinking, I am offended. I am offended that you used ESL. You son of a... I don't think that's what you think. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know down there in the comments. Would you be offended if I use this term ESL? It's just an acronym. It means that you're learning English, right? So I don't think anybody really cares about this word second. But if you do, let me know down in the comments, okay? Now, another one is EFL. This stands for English as a Foreign Language. English as a foreign language. So this one is more politically correct, which means it probably won't offend anyone. But you know what? I think it could still offend some people, maybe, because of this word foreign. Okay, foreign sort of has the idea of a different country, a country that is not your own. Okay. Now, Canada has 2 official languages, English and French. Okay, English and French. And a lot of people who speak French in Quebec don't speak English. Okay, now I have taught some people from Quebec who are learning English, right? I've taught them over Skype. That's how I used to tutor people, by Skype, and now I'm too busy, so I stopped tutoring people on Skype. But I used to teach people, French people in Quebec. Now, they are Canadians. They're just as Canadian as I am. We're both equally Canadian, but they speak French and I speak English. So for them, I mean, English as a foreign language, well, English is not a foreign language to them. English is one of their national languages, right? So they might be offended by this term, but I really don't think they would be offended by this term. I don't think anyone gets offended by these kinds of acronyms, okay? Now, there's another one, which is ELL. This one is English Language Learning, or English Language Learners. I've heard it used, for both of these things. Now, this one is probably the most politically correct, which is good, because it's the most basic thing, right? It doesn't indicate how many languages you speak or how many languages you're learning right now. It doesn't indicate the location, if it's like foreign or not. It's just the bare bones, right? Do you know what the term bare bones means? Bare bones means just the basic, the most basic thing, right? So all these different options, ELL, EFL, ESL, this one is probably the most bare bones because it just says what you're doing. You're learning English, right? English, language, learning. Those three words, that's what you're doing right now. You're watching this video, you are doing English, language, learning. So that's what bare bones means. Bare bones means it's just the most basic option. Okay, now let's take a look at the next one. Tesol. Tesol, that means teaching English as a second language. Teaching English as a second language. So, I am a teacher of English, right? So this term is used for teachers, teaching English as a second language. So you've probably seen this acronym before. Now, another one is Tefl, teaching English as a foreign language. All right, so it's the same as ESL and EFL. Now we're just adding the word teaching or teacher, right? So now here is another one, Tesol. Tesol. Okay, that is teaching English to speakers of other languages, right? This is also probably the most politically correct option because, here we're not talking about how many languages a person knows, right? It's just teaching English to speakers of other languages. So you speak other languages, right? What's your mother tongue? Is it like Hindi or Chinese or Spanish, right? Let me know down there in the comments what your mother tongue is, right? So you are a speaker of another language and now you are learning English and I am teaching you. So I am teaching Tesol, we could say, right? Anyway, I want to know, how many languages do you speak? How many languages do you speak? Let me know down there in the comments. Probably more than I do. I only speak English. I speak a little bit of Hindi and I can speak some German as well, but really I only speak English. So if you're ever discouraged that your English is not very good or you're not improving fast enough in your English learning, don't worry. Just tell yourself, hey, Mark at madenglishtv only speaks one language. And I speak more than one language, so I'm a better person than Mark. Okay, so if you tell yourself that, it might cheer you up a bit. It might encourage you. Okay, anyway, let me know how many languages you speak down there in the comments, and I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.